Welcome back to my channel, my crystal kings and queens. So I am so psyched for this video, as this is my very first video of 2022. This video is a little similar to a previous video of mine. However, my previous video, I may or may not rename it, though it consisted of my top crystals for that specific moment. So this video are my top 7 crystals. I don't know if this is going to be the title of this video or not, but this video in specific are my top 7 crystals as of right now, meaning crystals that if I had to recommend crystals of any sort, if you ask me what are your top 7 favorite crystals, this would be the video that I'd refer you to. These are the crystals, these are the stones that I would say, without a shadow of a doubt, make sure you have this in your collection, if at all possible. You don't have to. A few of them are a bit expensive, you know, can go a little beyond budget, but it's all neither here nor there. Totally your preference. This is mine. So, without doing too much more talking, let's go ahead and begin. I think I'm going to start from my number 1 on down. But it definitely, this order does not negate or take from, you know, how I feel about any of these crystals. So it can be in any order whatsoever, but this is my order for me. So yeah, let's go ahead and begin. My very first crystal, or my very first stone, that I would say is just my absolute favorite. Obviously, if you don't know, well, now you know, it is Moldavite. Moldavite within this past year has become one of my most absolute go-to stones of all time, period. If I could say a stone reflects me more, it would definitely be Moldavite. And again, I also still have a select, you know, set of crystals, or a select few of crystals, that I would say the very same thing about, which is what works for this video, because all of these crystals, I believe, all of these stones, that's what I'll say, it's a more universal term. All of these stones definitely reflect a lot of me in each aspect. Like, it just kind of gathers my personality and all. I can't really go to say what portion of my personality Moldavite has, but the fact that this stone, I can have it in my atmosphere or in my auric field, and it gets me together, or I'm able to get myself together irregardless of what's going on in the process. I can't get enough of this stone. I just really cannot. This, if you can get Moldavite, oh my God, please, definitely, my bad, forgive me for the outer visual. But if you can get a hold of this stone, no matter what size, it does not matter. I can tell you right now, I can't say the bigger the better, because some of the smallest pieces that I have held a much bigger punch than the bigger pieces of Moldavite that I have. I really like this piece though, because it almost reminds me of a heart, but more so reminds me of the letter M. Don't know if you can see it right there. Reminds me of the letter M, reminds me of the number 3. I mean, whatever. But this stone in particular is one of just, oh my God. This stone type is what I'll say. This, because this one isn't, you know, my absolute favorite of my Moldavite pieces, though it is number 1, or one of them. Moldavite, period. This crystal type, this stone type, this tektite type, whatever, is a must-have for me. This, I can't say enough about it. Y'all have heard me go on and on in multiple videos. You can totally refer back to all of them if you like to just listen to the journey, all of that, and you'll understand why. But Moldavite is my number one go-to stone in just the entire crystal kingdom for me. So although it's not really considered a crystal, we're not gonna go into all of that. So a stone, I'll reference it for now. My most must-have, one of my most must-haves. So we're gonna put that right there, and we are going to carry on to my number two. Number two must-have, Libyan desert glass, LDG. I can't say enough. I can't say enough about this type of tektite, this stone. No more than I can say about Moldavite. These are the, forgive me. Let me get y'all to focus. There we go. These are the brother and sister of the tektite kingdom. King and queen. I mean, I really don't know. Prince and princess. But more so, if I really had to equate it, I'd definitely say brother sister relation. Why? What the hell? What is happening here? Yeah, for sure, brother sister relation between the two, because you definitely get the well, you know what? I've made multiple videos in regards to why I feel the way I feel about either of the two. But because my camera just doesn't seem to want to pick up what I'm putting down, we are going to move along, and I'll just continue on to discuss a little about Libyan desert glass. I don't believe I have many videos, if at all, discussing Libyan desert glass much, let alone how I really truly feel about it. I probably need to make a video of such. This again is one of the more expensive types of tektites, also one of the most rare. The story behind it, you can totally Google, look up if you like, but Libyan desert glass, awesome stone tektite. I love the way it feels. I love the way it looks. I can't get enough of it. But definitely, if I just really need a nice, gentle reminder that I need to get my ish together, this is that. This would be my go-to. So for that reason, and a few other reasons alone, this is my number two in my top 7 absolute most favorite stones, period, point blank. So Libyan desert glass, that's number 2. Number 3, oh my goodness, my number 3. If you can get your hands on it, I'd say do it, go for it. That is golden healer quartz. Oh my gosh, where did the net come from? So golden healer quartz. This I think I have one, nope, not even one, probably 2 to 3 videos, at the very least a couple of videos, talking about my experience with golden healer quartz. And for that reason alone, this has made it to my number 3. This could be number 1, this could be number 2, this could be number 3. It just don't even matter, as long as it's on my top 7 list, on the top, as long as it's just close, as long as it's close to the top of the list, it just doesn't even matter. It has to be on my list. Golden healer quartz, if you can get your hands on some, for sure, I definitely recommend it. This piece is just my absolute most favorite golden healer quartz piece that I actually own. I have maybe 2 or 3, I don't really know. I think maybe 3 total. Big boys. But this is my first one ever, and it's my favorite one. And I remember spending the amount I spent for this. Oh my god, it kind of almost looks like a heart if I, you know what I mean, if I hold it a certain way, but more so like a dessert to me. I've always said that. And, you know, just the look in general, like, I think I said in one video, if I could be any type of crystal, I'd be a golden halo quartz. I don't know if that stands true now, but it'll definitely play a part in, you know, what makes me me. So golden halo quartz for sure is number 3 on my list, on my favorites. Like, this is just an absolute favorite of mine. I don't know who could not like golden healer, but I mean, I guess if you've never owned a piece, I could understand not understanding or knowing why. But that's all neither here nor there. If you can get you some, definitely go for it. I highly, highly recommend it. It is for sure a much more subtle stone opposed to Moldavite. Libyan desert glass, I'd say they may go hand in hand, but I could tell you what, if you want an experience, meditate with these 3 here. Either or, switch up between the 2, the switch up between the 3, it don't even matter. Just meditating with a golden healer quartz along with the Libyan or a Moldavite, I'm telling you, you will have an experience out of this world. You may not remember how far, how fast, how deep you fell or you've fallen upon doing so, but you will be able to recall the experience, that's for sure. So that's my number 3. Moving on to number 4. That would be a ragonite. The good old ragonite. I don't know why I chose this one in specific. It don't even matter, but needless to say, ragonite is a definite fave of mine. I have a handful of stories about the experiences that I've endured or encompassed between having aragonite in my auric field, just in general. And I can tell you what, it never disappoints. Definitely, or especially when like I just have a lot of work to do, or I have a particular type of work to do. So aragonite is an amazing stone for detail-oriented type work or projects. Get you some for sure if you are able to. Any of these, if you're able to get you some for sure, I'd recommend it all if you can. These 4, they all can get a little expensive or a little pricey, and I've noticed that here in Jacksonville, being where I am, like walking into the crystal stores, and I'm like, man, I can tell you what you don't see much of. You don't see much of the Moldavite. You don't see much of the Libyan desert glass. I very rarely ever run into golden healer quartz. It's just super seldom. If you do find it, then awesome, grab it, because you might not see any more of it here in Jacksonville. At least I haven't, and I've driven to all of the crystal stores here in Jacksonville. But needless to say, these 4, the aragonite, you'll find a lot of that, but I feel like they're kind of like trickling off a little bit, because I haven't seen much of them in one of the most popular crystal shops here at all. But I wonder why that is. I might have to ask about that. All right, anyways, that's neither here nor there. Aragonite is a really great crystal to have, crystal to own, keeping your space for sure. But they all 4 of these can for sure get expensive. And I mean, I hate to even just, recommend crystals that are not easily accessible or not budget friendly, but I mean, you don't have to get big pieces, and even the big pieces are just outrageously priced right now that I've seen, that I have come across. But all the way down to like the really small ones, like it's so odd how everything goes up now, all the prices. It makes absolutely no sense to me. So anyway, to each his own. Let's move forward, keep it pushing. The fifth favorite crystal of mine goes without spoken, without reason, and that's amethyst. Like, I just love amethyst. I really love this little piece here. I carried this around for a while because it just obviously reminds me of grape juice, but look at like how dark it is, and how just yummy it looks. I love the matte appeal that it gives me at times, and then even just like some of the translucent portions of it, absolutely pretty full, beautiful, gorgeous. But yeah, I really love amethyst. For those of you who don't know, or those of you who do, doesn't matter. We have some newcomers, oncomers, whatever, or what have you. Amethyst is a favorite of mine, as it is or was my very first stone to ever own. Before I ended up with all 1,000, probably 900 crystals that I have today. I really don't know how many I own, but I'm going to guesstimate that, because I can tell you what, I have a lot of crystals, and they're all kept in pristine condition in their little crystal units. But that's neither here nor there. Let's continue on. Amethyst is another favorite crystal type of mine, and it has made it to my number 5 spot. It should be number 1 because it was number 1 and it started at number 1, but I'm basing this off of my effects, or the effects that I've gotten and received from them, and the experiences. This carries much more, or amethyst in general just carries a much more sentimental value, but nonetheless, no matter what place or position I put it in, oh, forgive me, y'all. Hold on. That's my, oh goodness, it's my alarm going off, letting me know it is about time for work. I literally just got off of work, and I am heading back into work to now my second job. Y'all pray for me. But, and that's why it takes me forever to do videos, because I'm working 2 full-time jobs. I'm still a full-time student, about to graduate, thank God. But I am doing a lot, you hear me? A girl got goals, and I got to meet them. But anyways, yeah, amethyst in general just carries a very sentimental value. So it doesn't matter what place or position I put them in, as long as it is in my top 7 of my most favorite crystals in the entire world right now, then, you know, to me, that's just kind of all that matters. Also, you know, I really do love all of the crystals, just each type, no matter. But for me, these crystals, these stones that I am showing you today, they just stand firm. You know, they carry a really, really special place with me. I just, here we are. It's what I love. This is what makes me me. This is, you know, if I had to keep 7 crystals with me for the rest of my life, 7 crystal types with me for the rest of my life, the crystals that I'm showing you right now would be it. So, amethyst is number 5. I guess I'll put that here because I don't want it to all go out of visual. I might be able to do away with, you know, my OCD is kicking in a little bit. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Still enough space. Yeah, that looks okay, I guess. Okay, so that's number 5, amethyst. Number 6. Oh my goodness. Who doesn't like this crystal? It don't even matter. I do. I love this crystal. And that would be the absolute most universal crystal that there is in the entire crystal community. One that we do a lot of work with, that we utilize a lot of, and that helps in a lot of what we have, that kind of makes this world go round and round. And that is clear quartz. So, I mean, what is there to say? There is absolutely nothing to say, because clear quartz does it all. It is just the absolute best. thing ever. I really love this version of my clear quartz because it just looks like a chunk of ice. I want to eat it so bad. I really want to just eat it, and I can't. But anyway, this is probably the most easily accessible crystal there is. If you feel like you have run into a store and you can't find any amethyst or whatever else that I've shown you, you can best believe you will definitely find you some clear quartz. It is just, that's just what it is. It is the most universal stone, the most loved in some's eyes. You know, I mean, ain't no telling, but I love, love, love clear quartz. So for that reason, and because it does so many things, and it just carries so many different properties energetically, for sure, especially, and that's just as for them all. Like crystals in general, crystals period, stones period, they carry their own energy, and a lot of people don't realize nor understand that, and because they don't even understand just the abundance behind stones, they are underutilized, they are overutilized in some of the very worst ways, but that's neither here nor there. That's my opinion. It belongs to me, not to you, so you can take it or leave it. Don't have to have it. Go where you flow. Just what I know. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, yeah, like it's just proven that they all, in their own way, carry their own specific version of energy, no matter what, no matter how unbelievable it sounds or may seem, no matter what the disbelief is behind it. It is proven scientifically. And I love that, and I stand on that. If I'm going to go by science for anything, it'll be the scientific facts behind crystals. Anything else, my beliefs are my beliefs, my spirituality is mine, and that's just kind of where I'm at. So that's got nothing to really do with clear quartz, but clear quartz is a fave of mine. It has made my top 7 and is my number 6 favorite crystal of all time. Gonna sit that there. And jeez, and last but not least, we have goodness gracious, y'all, stop. Okay, last but not least, we have, I feel like I could have added a bonus here, but my numbers, my favorite numbers, are the numbers I always stick to, are 3, 5, and 7. I can't go above this number right now. So if I think of any bonus crystals, then maybe I'll just make that as a bonus video. I don't really know. But number 7, rose quartz. Oh my God. Y'all know how I feel about rose quartz. It is my planet stone, or birthstone, whatever, what have you. Rose quartz is a crystal that you can just not replace for me. Like, it is irreplaceable, as they all are to me. But I really love my rose quartz. I can't get enough of rose quartz. I remember I went through a rose quartz phase and I bought a ton, just as I have done for a ragonite, amethyst, clear quartz, obviously Moldavite, mildly for the Libyan desert glass. And because golden healer quartz isn't as easy to find here, especially not in smaller pieces, I don't really have many of the golden healer quartz. So if I could say I own the least of anything, it would definitely be golden healer quartz, but that's okay. Anyways, back to this rose quartz, number 7. It has made it on my top 7 list of absolute most favorite crystals in the entire world. You know, again, I'm for sure I have many other crystals that I could say are my favorite, but again, if I was to not ever interact with any other crystal ever in the history of crystals. I need them to not be these that I have here. Did I say that right? If I was to interact with any other crystals. If I was not to interact with any other crystals, I need them to not be these top 7 here. So if I am to interact with any crystals for the rest of my life, it'll be these that I have. That was highly redundant, so forgive my redundancy, you all. This is just, you know, it is what it is. I'm just super excited to be able to even film a video for you all for the first, well, I can't say for the first day because we're not in the first day of 2022 as I am filming this, but for my first video in 2022 that you all will be seeing. I think I may release this as my first video. I don't know. I done said it so much in this video. It might need to be. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But whatever. Rose quartz. Here you go. I love this one. It's super pretty. Just like my clear quartz. It is just so super yummy. I have always said that clear quartz and rose quartz were the brother-sister stone. King and queen, you know, of the crystal kingdom. And I still stand on that too. Of the tektite world, king and queen, Moldavite, Libyan, desert glass. Brother, sister, Moldavite, Libyan, desert glass. I mean, they all sound a little twisted the way you say it or saying it that way, but whatever. It doesn't matter. These are the top crystals to me in my mind in the crystal kingdom, the rose quartz and clear quartz. And then in the tektite world, the Moldavite and Libyan desert glass, because it's just the more common. It's just what you hear of more, what you think of more concerning, you know, these kinds of things, or at least for me. So, you know, it could be different for everyone, and that's okay too. But again, my opinion, not yours, belongs to me, not you. But yeah, so that's what we have, you all. These are my top 7 most favorite crystals, or my top 7 most favorite stones of all time as of right now. This could change. It might. It very well could change. But as of right now, this is what I stand firm on. These are my favorites or my favorite crystal types. Don't get it twisted. They're just my favorite types. I have multiple, just ample amounts of all of this, minus that. But these are my favorite types of stones. So if I could recommend them all, I will, I do, I have. Get you some. Other than that, I mean, I really don't have much else for this video. I just thank you all so much for rocking with me. Literally, I love it. These crystals are amazing. These stones are amazing. I'm going to attempt to use that term more, these stones, because I can tell you what, anyone that has listened to me enough, even at the very, very beginning, I carried a certain standard with crystals up until I came to learn a little more in a much more appropriate setting and manner of the historical foundation behind crystals. Just overall, the term that I'm going to continue to attempt to use are stones, for the specific fact that when I read the Bible, that's how they are termed. They weren't necessarily called crystals, and that's okay, because nonetheless, they still are what they are. And like, what else can I say? So anyway, I am just so grateful for each and every one of you. This year is going to be an amazing, favorable year, full of favor. And I hope that we all walk in that, continue to walk in that, continue to grow together, encourage one another, and live as best as we can We know not the first thing about tomorrow. So, do what you can do. Attempt to live stress free, laugh a lot, love a lot more. And, let's just be us for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't really know where all of that was really going. But I'm just really grateful for you all nonetheless. I really, really appreciate this. Appreciate you all watching me. Enjoy the amazing stones here. They're all so gorgeous. I love you all so much. Very, very much. Crystal kisses and royal blessings.